Hello and welcome back to the Chattercave podcast, where, we're not actually going to review something this time.
Wait, what?
No. I'm going back to what I used to do with Connor, which is talk. Not, well, technically talking movies, because technically it is movie themed, but going back a year, to last spooky season, obviously, I made a quiz for Connor called the Real or Fake Movie Quiz.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea was he had to guess if it was a real movie, if it was a fake movie, or if it was a real fake movie. So in the case of it's a real idea, it's just not a movie. If you get what I mean.
Mm.
So like it could be a book, could be a comic book, could be a video game, etc., etc. And I tasked him in getting that, and I thought I'd bring it back this year, get another contender going for it, see if she can beat Connor's score of. Well, Connor did alright. I honestly, he always says, "Oh, I didn't do very well." I went, "No, it was the other quiz you didn't do very well on." He got 24.5 out of 37, which ain't too bad to be fair. Ain't too bad at all. Anyway, I'm your host, Drinking Thomas Hughes. I'm joined by my lovely contestant, Hayden Roberts. Because obviously she's up for this quiz. Are you ready for the spooky quiz?
I've done no research whatsoever.
Good.
I don't even remember about it.
Good. Don't worry, I'll start you off easy, like Connor. It's the exact same order. So if you've seen that one, it's the exact same order. If you haven't, then wait, you can watch either one. You did better. So it's simple. Okay, to start off with, okay, you can't guess it until I've read the synopsis.
Okay.
So if I say a name, you shout real, because it's obvious. You can't do it. You have to wait for me to read it and then go, okay, this. Because at first I kind of took the piss for this one. He's like, oh, this is a tricky one, this is. Because it's like blatantly obvious. Okay. Question one. Well, movie one.
Mm-hmm.
Possible movie one. Sharknado. When a freak hurricane swamps Los Angeles, nature's deadliest killer rules sea, land, and air as thousands of sharks terrorize the waterlogged populace.
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't sound very.
Kind of struggle with this one as well.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very realistic. Like it's in one of those kind of films where you'd get Jedward in it every single one. You're like, what the fuck is this in for?
No, I feel like it's one of those ones where you get Jedward in 3, 4 onwards.
Yeah.
Like they're not a part of the first couple, but then when it starts going to the third one, they start running out of cameo ideas, and it's just like, hey, let's get these two Irish guys.
Yeah, I imagine like it'd be one of those ones where like, it starts off like a normal premise, it gets more complicated and more complicated.
And they go to space at one point, Star Wars
and then
themed.
time travel and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. What's your answer? What we're locking in?
Oh, it doesn't sound real, but I'm gonna say it's real.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Give us £100. do. Yeah, that is a real idea. Can I edit this? I can actually put the. I don't think it'll let me edit it because it's not. Okay, I'll try and remember. But what's that? What's comments? Yeah. I'll try and remember. Okay, so that's 1 point. Okay. Question. Well, movie possibility 2, The Terror. A story of Captain Sir John Franklin's lost expedition to the Arctic, where he intended to locate the Northwest Passage, only to be stalked by a monster.
I don't know. It sounds like something you'd create.
Remember, you got real, fake, or real or fake.
Real, fake, or real, fake? What?
There's real, there's fake, and there's real or fake. Real/fake.
Real name difference on opposite.
Huh?
I mean, like real.
It's a real idea, but it's not an actual movie.
Oh. I'm gonna say it's a real idea, but not an actual.
You would be correct. It's actually a novel, and an AMC TV series. It's down here somewhere.
I should have just looked and cheated.
It's down here somewhere on the floor, I think.
Oh.
It's somewhere. I think it might be in that pile actually. It's down there somewhere. They've done 2 series so far. First one was to do the Arctic. Second one was to do Hawaii. Do the the Japanese like encampments after Pearl Harbor. Where it's more ghosties, whereas the first one's more about polar bear.
Okay.
Okay, so you got 2 points out of that. You actually get 2 points for if it's a real or fake one.
Lovely.
And you get obviously 1 point if you get it. You know. For fuck's sake, woman. You doing? You okay now? Okay. Option number. I'm just gonna say question 3. It's gonna be fucking easier. Or number 3. Chupacabra versus the Alamo. San Antonio, Texas. The bodies of various drug cartel members are turning up mangled and drained of blood. Tough DEA agent Carlos Seguin discovers that the grisly murders are being committed by a pack of chupacabras, which are lethal predatory creatures of local legend. Carlos, his feisty new partner Tracy Taylor, wayward estranged son Tommy, and several others make a desperate last stand against the bloodthirsty beast at the most famous fort, the Alamo.
I'm so fake.
You'll be incorrect. That's an actual real movie.
Oh.
It's a sci-fi original movie.
Sci-fi.
It stars someone who was in Power Rangers back in the day.
Of course. That's how you know about it.
I've watched it. I've seen the film. It wasn't actually that bad. I've got it somewhere.
So
that's a loss for you. I'll actually go through, see if I can see the difference between you and Connor. See which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong, and whatnot. Okay, so number 4. 6-headed shark attack. Attendees of a marriage boot camp on a remote island have to fight a 6-headed shark that attacks the beach.
No, I know there are films where there's multiple sharks with multiple fucking heads. I remember the one that had one that had 3 heads, and there's one that had 5 heads.
I say we watched the 3 heads one, didn't we? With
Danny
Trejo.
I'm gonna guess.
With
just because I know that these exist. That's true.
It is real, yes. That was the last one they made. It wasn't very good. So yeah, is it correct? Well done. It's an actual movie by The Asylum. Okay, number 5. Beneath the Dunes. While working on an archaeological dig, the crew mysteriously disappear, and when a team is sent to find them, they will soon find that there is more to the desert than meets the eye.
Name-wise, a little bit too close to, like, June. That whole, like, fucking desert one. I want to say fake.
You'd be correct, I made that up. That was one I made up for this quiz. As a straight up BS from me. I literally came up with a lot of these on the spot, like, okay, that's a good idea. And well done for spotting that it was, the idea was I tricked it by putting Dune in there to try and sort of get, see if you go, see if someone would click and go, Dune.
Yeah.
This is fake. Okay, Lava Lantula. This is number 6. Volcanic eruptions in Los Angeles unleash a swarm of gigantic lava-breathing tarantulas.
Now this sounds like something that would be on the exact same universe as the Sharknado ones. So I'm going to say true.
It is, yes. I've showed you clips from it, yes. So this is where your memory must come into play now. You need to try and remember.
Oh, God. I've got a bad memory.
But yeah, that's true. It is the Police Academy sort of one with Steve Guttenberg and a couple of the other cast members from Police Academy. And it obviously had a sequel, To Lava, To Lantula, which is obviously taking a piss at the Fast and Furious, Too Fast and Furious. Okay, number 7, the evil mole. When a mole becomes possessed, it ditches worms for people. A town of Grommel, their face is pure evil, and they must kill before it multiplies and takes over the town.
That seems way out there. Like, I'm gonna say false because
You were correct. I think Connor guessed real for that,
Really?
Or real fake. Like he thought there was some sort of real premise in there. No, that is straight up. I made that up. That is straight up off this noggin. Hold on. Okay, number 8. Snake Out of Compton. A rap group on the verge of signing their first record deal is the city's only hope in a battle of a giant mutating snake monster. Which one to it?
Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say real because some idiot's gonna.
That is a real movie.
Yeah.
There is generally a movie called Snake Out of Compton. That I'm not even kidding. I will show you the poster of it. It's just like a rap group, like a giant, like fucking snake behind it.
I know there's like a massive trend of the fake name ones, like
actually being like
Dinosaur Park and some shit.
Yeah,
when they're trying to.
It is generally an actual. I've never watched it, but it is actually a real movie. Okay, number 9, Dead 7. A post-apocalyptic western that follows a group of gunslingers as they look to rid a small town of a zombie plague.
Very true.
That would be correct. It stars the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. It's basically like generally, it's not a very good movie. It's made by the Asylum again, and it's basically stars a lot of the old pop groups.
Yeah.
One of the Backstreet Boys members, the one who's got like a goatee sort of thing. If you know which one I'm thinking of. You remember like the everybody? The guy who's got he's got like a goatee.
Yeah.
He's like the villain in the movie. So there's lots like witchcraft and everything in it. But yes, that is correct. Well done. Okay, number 10, Polar Fright. A polar expedition uncovers an old cave system and brings in an expert to assess the bones, but unknown to them, the cave belongs to the local polar bear population, meaning the hunt is on.
Real concept, but it's not a film yet. I know this because it's your
Connor got this fucking wrong when he did it.
Really?
He got it wrong. He either said it was straight up real or straight up fake. I can't remember off the top of my head. But he got it wrong completely. And I jokingly yelled, "You don't know me at all." That was it. No, he said it was fake. He straight up called it fake, and I was like, "No, it's a real concept. It's just a fake, not an actual movie." Well done.
It's right behind me. So.
The script is literally right. Well, the book is right behind you. Literally, I threw that in as like just to try and throw people off and see if they can remember me talking. So this is where you have to try and remember stuff I've said to you. Obviously, lucky for you, you've actually read like the first 4 chapters.
Yeah.
So you sort of actually know what the concept is. Whereas Connor, it'd be off the bat, never really spoke to him about it at that point. Or I probably did. I probably did mention that I wrote the book, because at that point I would have, when we did this quiz last time, I did actually write my first draft of it. It's only been, this year now that I've actually wrapped it up and finished bits and bobs of it. Well then, okay, number 11, Jungle Run. A group of young adventurers travel deep into the jungle to track down the treasures of the evil Monkey King, but if they fail, they'll be trapped for eternity.
Now, I know Jungle Run's an actual fucking TV show.
What are you going with? Come on, we're going with.
Now, does this count as, I think, it's definitely not a film, but the concept itself is a real thing.
If the concept's real, then what?
It's a TV show. Like, he had the guy, obviously, the original one, it was the guy who doesn't see BBs. When he said fluttery cunt.
I'm going to beat this out now, you bitch.
And,
Stephen Moffat did it at one point. No, Stephen Moffat.
No, it was,
What's the guy from Catchphrase? Didn't he do it at one point?
No.
The magician guy?
No, it wasn't him.
I swear he did it at one point.
No, it was there's only 2 people who did it.
Yeah, I swear he did it though.
I can't remember the one, but the one that did like used to do like those like sciencey shows on CITV.
I swear. Okay, it's been a long time since I watched that show.
It was the guy who used to see BBs.
Ah, yeah. Okay, so it's we got that guy.
Yeah, he was the one that we grew up with, and the one before was the CBBS one.
That guy there.
That one.
Oh, there's that guy as well.
I don't know what that one is.
Must have been the first one.
Yeah, that's the one that was just before our era, and that's the one we grew up on.
Yeah, I remember him. Okay. So what's your?
It's real fake because it's a real concept, but it's not a real movie, TV show.
You are correct. That isn't a real concept. But it's not an actual movie.
Game show.
But technically, the name is actually a movie as well. So if you guessed that, I would give you an extra point, but I'm not going to. It's fine. There's an actual film called Jungle Run. I think I've seen it. It's crap.
Of course.
It came out last year, yeah. It was straight up shit. It was meant to be taking like a mockbuster of that one that The Rock did last year with Emily Blunt and Jack Whitehall. The Disney ride. Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
It was meant to be a rip off of that, and there was like some weird like fire monster. It was terrible. It was so bad. I mean, look at the CGI.
Oh god.
It was straight up like really bad. I almost brought it and then just streamed it instead, and I was like, thank God I did not buy that. Okay, well done. Count number 12. Were llamas. When an attack during a full moon leads the local villagers to believe sorry, I misspelled that. To believe one of their own is a werewolf. They will soon realise the wolf is more llama than man.
Now I do know there is a sheep one that exists.
Black Sheep, yes.
Yeah.
It's a New Zealand movie. It's actually not too bad. It does a lot of practical effects, which is pretty good.
But I'm gonna say fake because it's a bit too close.
You are correct. It is a straight up bullshit movie that I made up off the top of my head. It was a straight up guess. I literally, when I've made this quiz, I sat down and I instantly knew the real ones I wanted to put in. I instantly knew the real fake ones I wanted to put in. Concept. Then it was the idea of, okay, I need to BS some fucking ideas here. And I spent ages coming up with some like really funky ideas that you could pass, like that. Some people might pass that as a real movie. They might go, that seems like something that some idiot would actually make. And this idiot made it. Not physically, just the concept. But yeah, it took me a while, like trying to get these things. I mean, I changed so many times on different answers before I nailed down this quiz. Okay, number 13, Santa Jaws. Trying to survive the family Christmas, Cody makes a wish to be alone, which ends up backfiring when a shark manifests and kills his entire family.
I swear I remember you telling me about a shark that has a Santa Claus hat on it the entire time. I'm going to say yes.
You are correct. We are actually going to cover that as well during our Christmas movie reviews. That is an actual real concept.
Yeah. You said like, the hats on it the entire time.
Yeah. I think it was like meant to be like some sort of kind of rip off of Krampus a little bit. Not fully, but obviously the idea of someone making a wish and then some manifest of evil coming to kill them. But in that, obviously, Krampus is the idea of a legend coming to get him, whereas Santa Claus is the idea of a comic book coming to life. Because Santa Claus is like a creature from a comic book. The main character made. And obviously it comes to life. I've seen bits of it, I haven't watched it fully. So obviously when we do review it next month, during our Christmas, but not too Christmas, if you know what I mean, movies, because I mean they're festive, but they're also quite dark, and also comedies, dark Christmas, spooky comedies. So obviously that'll be the first time I sort of actually do sit down and properly watch it. I mean, it took me ages to try and get my hands on it. Like, it was a struggle, but I found it in the end. I was like, yep, let's fucking do this. Okay, well done. Okay, number 14. Man Thing. Agents of an ore tycoon vanish while exploring a swamp marked for drilling. The local sheriff investigates and faces a Seminole legend come to life. Man Thing, a shambling swamp monster whose touch burns those who feel fear.
Now I know this is wrong because it's obviously a Marvel character. And I remember you showing me this film.
What are you going with here?
It's true.
Well done. Your memory's actually not as bad as it usually is. You're doing really well right now. That is an actual thing. I think did I give two? I'll go back through this in a bit and look through Connor's, but I think I did give an extra point here to guessing the Marvel concept of it. So I'm gonna have to double check. Okay. I think I may have given an extra point. So I'm gonna put I'm gonna put in brackets a possible second point there. Yep. Okay. 15. The Evil Within. While investigating the scene of a cruel murder, Detective Sebastian Castellanos is knocked unconscious by a mysterious and powerful force. When he awakens, he finds himself in a deranged world.
I don't know. I'm gonna say fake.
You get 1 point from that.
Okay.
It's a real fake. It's a video game.
Oh, is it?
It's a video game from 2014. It had the sequel called The Evil Within 2. So you get 1 point from that, rather than 2. So I'll put W and L, which means win-loss. Yeah, it's a video game. I've never played it, but I've seen stuff about it. It's very like, sort of like Resident Evil Silent Hill type, like really creepy ass shit. Yeah, they did 2, so yeah. Incorrect. Well, half correct there, half incorrect. Okay. 16. Pirates versus dinosaurs. When looking for treasure, a bunch of pirates accidentally release a bunch of dinosaurs from a cave, forcing them to hunt the beast down before they destroy their community of thieves.
I'm gonna say fake.
You are correct. So with this, actually, I was inspired by the film Cowboys versus Dinosaurs that we watched. That really low budget one where the earth cracks open and some dinosaurs come out and they're fighting. Well, not really cowboys, just people wearing cowboy hats. But it's also inspired by the Valley of Guanji, which was a film from 1969. Okay, number 17. Frogs. A group of helpless victims celebrate a birthday on an island estate crawling with killer amphibians, birds, insects, and reptiles. I can see your brain working, the cogs going.
Yeah, because I think if it was you, you'd just have it.
That wasn't a fart, I was my fucking foot on the chair.
I think if you made it up, you'd have it so like it's just the frogs. But it also doesn't sound like something like a film.
What we're going with?
So I'm gonna go with it's a real concept but not a movie.
I'll give you a point, it's an actual film.
Oh.
Frogs is a genuine real movie. So you get a W and L for that one.
I imagine like a book or something.
No, it is generally a film. I've seen bits of it. I got bored of it.
So it's not a good film.
I don't remember. It's like 1972.
Oh.
Look at that picture. Look at clearly like cut into that image she is. It's honest to God a real fucking film. It's like, what the fuck? I remember I mean, look at the ratings. They're really low. Oh, yeah. I remember someone buying. I think my stepdad brought a box set, and it contained Lake Placid, Frogs, and what was the other one? It was another like killer animal movie. I think it was Piranha, the original Piranha. I think it was, or Piranha. One, I think it was the original Piranha. I remember buying the box set of all of them, and I watched obviously Piranha, which is a great movie. I saw obviously Lake Placid, which is a great movie, and I watched Frogs, and I was like, "What the fuck is this movie?" It was one of those fun where it's just like, well, I feel like I've got to watch it. I've got to say I watched a movie called Frogs, and I'm just like, "Well, this film is shit." I haven't seen it in years, so I might have to rewatch it to see how bad it actually is. But yeah, so 1 point from that. Okay, 18. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. A group of scientists band together to save the world from mutated killer tomatoes.
Again, this does sound like something some idiot would make. But is it this idiot or a real one?
Charming. After all I've done for you today. Charming. So what are we going with here? What answer are we locking in?
I'm going to go for real.
You are correct, it is an actual real movie. It was an actual real film from... Attack of the Killer. There's also a film called Attack of the Killer Donuts from 2016. It is from 1988.
I was thinking it sounds like one of those like Attack of the Killer Clown kind of films.
That's actually a decent film, to be fair. I can find a picture of the tomatoes for you. That when they're actually killing people. It was a cartoon as well at one point. They, honest to God, made it into a cartoon. Like, it's got that sort of like cult following. So they generally turned it into a cartoon at one point. But yes, well done. That's that one, yeah. Okay. 19. Game of Dead Bones. When the dead of an when the dead of an ancient war rises, a local insurgents group must do battle with the skeleton army and bury them once and for all.
It's quite obviously a sort of. Oh look, it sounds like Game of Thrones. I'm gonna say fake.
You're correct. I made it up.
Yeah.
This is another bullshit one from me. Well done. Yeah, I straight up BS that. I threw it in. Again, this is another one. You kind of notice the theme of a lot of my ones. It's like I'm ripping in like titles of actual things to see if you can spot that. Because if you're smart enough, you'll spot it and go, "Oh, done." There's a 50-50 chance here that that's an actual real thing or it's a fake thing. Like with the Snake out of Compton, like that sort of thing is like, okay, that's something I could like make up title wise, but at the same time, it could actually be a genuine real thing, like Snakes on a Train or something stupid like that, which is an actual film, by the way. There's a mockbuster version of Snakes on a Plane called Snakes on a Train. Okay, well done. Number 20, Bear Swarm. An army of bears begins to ravage the woods, killing all those who step foot inside, forcing a park ranger and an animal hunter to team up and stop the beast before they can kill again.
I'm gonna say fake.
You are correct. Well done. Well fucking done. Yes. I used the idea of a swarm from a film called Shark Swarm, which was a movie from a part of a collection called the Maneater series, which was low budget, straight to DVD, killer animal films. Apart from like a couple, which weren't to do with actual animals or like mythological or basically nothing animal based. But there is one that was called Shark Swarm, where the sheriff from Lake Placid 2, his town's being attacked by like swarms of sharks, like great whites, hammerheads, like massive swarms of them. I remember that's like a series of films because each one had like some well-known actor in. The first one, which was called Blood Monkey, had Matt Ryan in it, who of course is Constantine. It also had F. Murray Abraham, who plays Contu in Moon Knight, and also her who was in the Keith Lemon series, the one who plays girlfriend, the blonde one.
Yeah,
she was in it as well. Tyler Hoechlin did a Grizzly Rage. The guy who plays obviously in Teen Wolf and Superman. He was in the film called Grizzly Rage. I'm trying to think of some of the other actors off the top of my head. There's like, I'm pretty certain the one who played the Grandpa Max in the second Ben 10 movie. He's in one called Wyvern, if I remember correctly. It's obviously about a wyvern. Obviously a dragon type creature. I'm trying to remember some of them. Oh, fucking Gary Busey is in one actually called Maneater, which is about Killer Tiger. I remember that because I remember when it was coming and they were called coming out. There used to be a website you could go on that used to have all the films on there, so you can obviously read into them. But when you go on the website, it's like interactive, so it's got all the animals and everything all over the screen. And you hover over it, and it make the sound of the animal. And you click on it, it will take you to the movie. So it's like, so you read about the movie. Obviously, the website doesn't exist anymore. They shut it down because Maneater series ended on. Oh, that wasn't far either. That was again. My feet are sweating, and I'm moving them too much. I can't remember the last Maneater movie off the top of my head, but they stopped making them. I think the company went bust or something like that. But then they brought it back with like an extra like 3 or 4 films, and then they stopped doing them again. But the first like wave of them, they're like mediocre movies and whatnot, but they actually are quite like for low budget. It's basically like the Asylum before the Asylum was like a big thing. Plus it's killer animals, so it was always something that drew me in. Like there's that many famous people in it. Michael Madsen out of Reservoir Dogs and everything, he was in one. There's a couple of Quentin Tarantino actors in them, which is quite funny. And I'll show you some of the people that are in some of them because there's a lot of people that you probably go, I know where they are. I've seen them before. Fucking Tara Reid, that's one as well. From American Pie and all that, and Sharknado. She did the snake one. Anyway, well done. You got that correct. Hold on. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, 21. Abraham Lincoln versus zombies. While the Civil War rages on, President Abraham Lincoln must undertake an even more daunting task, destroying the Confederate undead.
Now, I know there's a vampire film.
It's actually not too bad either. It's actually a decent movie.
Is that spin-off? Like someone going, oh...
It's concept, steal it.
Yeah.
What we're going with?
I'm gonna say it's fake.
You're incorrect.
Really?
I think it's the Asylum mockbuster of the movie. Obviously they spoofed it. The poster for it is Abraham Lincoln with like a scythe.
Oh.
It is generally a real movie. I've never watched it, but honestly, it is a gem. Obviously, that's why obviously you're free because you're like, okay, I've actually seen the actual version versus zombies. It came out in 2012. It's an actual movie. You can get a box set of 3 zombie ones. Danny Trejo's in one. Ving Rhames is in one. And then Abraham Lincoln's in one.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's honestly got real thing. Like 3.2 out of 10 on IMDb. Okay, so you got that wrong. Okay, 22. Avengers Grimm. Rumpelstiltskin destroys the magic mirror and escapes to the modern world. The 4 princesses of Once Upon a Time, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, and Rapunzel, are sucked through the portal too. Well trained and endowed with magical powers, the 4 women must fight Rumpelstiltskin and his army of thralls before he enslaves everyone on Earth.
Now, I've watched this, so I know it's real.
It's fucking shit, so that's what it fucking is.
Shit, but I watched it. But remember, the page obviously the one that plays the Hulk. Like
Yeah, dude, Ferrigno, he plays the Tin Man, doesn't he? He's also got Casper Van Dien of Starship Troopers, who obviously played Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, it's fucking shite. They did more. They did a Sinister Squad or something like that, which is basically like the evil ones, which was taking a set of Suicide Squad. And they also did Avengers Grimm Summit War, which is like the sequel to that one. I've never watched either of them, but I'm guessing they're both as shit as that one. Well done from him. But now I remember us talking about that years ago. Like I was like, I think I've got it on DVD somewhere. I think I generally own that movie somewhere, and it's just like fucking awful. It's one of those ones where it could go either way. It's an interesting idea. It could actually be watchable, and I just remember being like really bored out of my mind. It's like, wow, this film sucks ass. Yeah. Okay, 23. The Curse of Dragon. When an ancient spellbook resurrects a dead dragon, it begins to annihilate a small village, and only a group of friends that love Dungeons and Dragons can defeat the beast and save their village.
Sounds cool. But I reckon you created it.
Fake. It is fake. It's actually the name of the movie is actually the name of a Yu-Gi-Oh card. That is. I was trying to like obviously find ways to throw Connor, see if he'd like spot the obvious like bullshit, and instead of doing like an actual like spin on a name, I just use the Yu-Gi-Oh card and just. I mean, it does sound like a cool idea. I might actually try and write that into a story now. It does sound like a cool idea. Okay, 24. Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. After falling to Jason, Freddy learns that the evil Necronomicon can resurrect him, so he tricks Jason to get in it for him. But standing in the way of these two titans is Ashley J. Williams, his mighty chainsaw, and his boomstick.
Now, I reckon this is a comic. So I'm gonna say it's a real concept, but it's not a film.
Well done. It is. I've read the comic. The comic's brilliant. It was almost a movie.
Yeah.
After Freddy vs. Jason, they almost made Freddy vs. Jason versus Ash, but it just fell through. It went into development hell, never happened. It was, and that's when they turned it into the comic book. It generally was almost a movie, but well done. It is an actual thing, but it's not a movie. Well done. Well done. That was... okay, 25. The Goatman versus Bigfoot. When the Goatman enters the Bigfoot's territory, a small town must deal with the chaos that comes from these two mighty beasts' battle.
I'm gonna say fake.
You're correct, it's fake. It is definitely fake. It definitely sounds like it could be real.
Yeah.
But it's fake. Okay. 26. Bigfoot versus Megalodon. It's star year 4045 AD, and an uneasy truce between allies and their mortal enemies, the Archons, is shattered with the appearance of the fearsome Nazi-era laboratory project, the Megalodon.
I reckon coming after literally just the very same concept from the previous one, I'm going to say you wouldn't do two fakes. I'm going to say it's real.
Well, that's a good spot there. I did that on purpose, because, some idiot would literally go, oh, obviously, it's the same idea, but it's got to be fake. Like, I threw that in on purpose, see if you could spot the fact that I wouldn't really... I mean, I could have threw you by putting two fake ones back to back, and had you think that. It's one of those mind trick ones, isn't it? Mindfuck of, like, is he trying to fake me out? Or is he, like, just put it there anyway? Well done. I'll show you the poster for it. Bigfoot versus Megalodon. That is the poster for it. If I remember correctly, I've seen some pictures of it. That's Bigfoot.
Oh my god.
And that's the Megalodon. The Megalodon's more like King Shark. Rather than just like an actual
shark.
Yeah, it's more like King Shark. Well done. That's what I was looking for. I just kept looking for like stupid like versus movies. I mean, you got Bigfoot versus Zombies, Bigfoot versus DB Cooper, Bigfoot and the Hendersons. It's an old film. Okay, well done. Okay, 27. We're almost done. The Station. While aboard a space station, the crew are hunted by a mysterious serial killer, but the only way the killer could be on the station is if it is one of them.
Literally Murder the Orient Express. So, is it you going, I'm just gonna basically the same plot, or make it space? Or is this some kind of guy going, hey, I think we should make Murder on Orient Express, but
in space.
In space.
Well, we're going with them. What's the answer?
You know what? I'm saying some idiot's gonna make it. I'm gonna say real.
It's incorrect. It's fake.
You've just correct yourself.
I created the idea myself.
I was trying to think. I know, obviously.
I never based it off Murder. I didn't base it off in the Agatha Christie ones. No, I straight up was the idea of like someone like this sort of like killer amongst people in space was based on something I created years ago, which is like some sort of alien parasite infecting people and driving them crazy. And now, if you think about it, I think actually, no, sorry, I know what this actually is based on. It's Among Us.
Among Us.
I based it off Among Us. Like the concept of Among Us, but like turn it dark. But it's not. The idea is not. It's not a fully Among Us. It's not a real or fake situation. It's just the idea, like the sort of concept of death in space, but it's technically Among Us. But it's not Among Us. I can't remember. Did I get an extra point for that or not? Because you did get. You get. No, I think I'll leave it there. That's a thing then. Okay, 28. Carney. A devilish creature escapes from a carnival to wreak havoc on a small town.
Is that real?
It is real, yes. It's about the Jersey Devil. It's part of the Maneater collection. I own it on DVD. Problem is, it's region locked, so I can only watch it on a region locked DVD player. You literally can't get anywhere but America, so I had to buy it off Amazon, have it shipped over, so I could watch it on a region locked DVD player. Well, a region free DVD player, because I really want to watch it, and you couldn't get anywhere. I could get all the other Maneater movies, but Carney, only one I couldn't get. Yeah. Okay, 29. Triassic Attack. A Native American owner of a kitschy roadside museum accidentally brings to life 3 dinosaur fossils. They really annoy the giant dinos wreak havoc on the small town and the local university.
Right, this does sound like one of those, like, that's basically copied Jurassic Park. But, change it a little bit. I'm going to say real.
You are correct. It actually stars Emilia Clarke on Game of Thrones. Yeah, it's an actual... Sorry. It's a genuine, real movie. It's a sci-fi original film. Well done. Okay, 30. 2 more left. Okay. Including this one. Alien Out of the Shadows. When the DSM Marion encounter alien creatures, they are forced to fight for their lives they want to escape the ship alive, but they won't have to fight alone, as Ellen Ripley's escape shore is brought aboard.
I'm going to say it's a comic. So it's a real concept, but not a film.
You get 2 points because it is real fake, but it is not a comic. It's a novel. / audiobook. The audiobook is worth a listen to because it's got music, it's got sound effects, it's got voice acting from loads of people. It's like watching a movie without watching a movie. It's generally a really good thing to listen to. I gave it 5 out of 5 on Audible. Like it's like an Audible original novel adaptation, which is really fucking good. But yeah, it's not a comic. Okay, last one. Number 31. Wolf Cop. As a series of strange and violent events begin to occur, an alcoholic policeman realizes that he's been turned into a werewolf as part of a larger plan.
I'm gonna say incorrect. I'm gonna say it's fake.
Incorrect. It's a real fucking movie. It's actually pretty good. They actually did a sequel as well called Wolf Cop 2.
Oh.
It's literally generally a guy that is a cop and is a werewolf at the same time. Wolf Cop. Another Wolf Cop was the sequel. It's like he was practical as well. He was like in like makeup and everything. It's actually quite funny. It's quite brutal and rude. It's a Canadian film. I think it was this one. I think it was like one that was like funded by people. I think this one was. Yeah, it's generally an actual thing. I watched it during my horror binge last year. It's an actual fucking real film. It's quite. I'll have to show it at some point. It's definitely something like it's like over the top funny. Okay, let's do counting then, shall we? 1, 2, 3. 4. So. Okay. I must have miscounted. I mean, I miscounted yours. I miscounted Connor's. So obviously Connor had 24.5 out of 37.
Yeah.
It's either out of 37 or 38. I think I miscounted one of them. But your score, your grand total score, 32. I mean, you just destroyed Connor. You straight up destroyed Connor by a mile. I mean, that's not a bad score. I mean, if it's at 37, obviously you're 5 off. If it's at 38, you're 6 off. I'm getting top marks. But well done. Yeah, well done. Your memory served you well for a change.
For once in my life.
Well done. I should try and like see if I should get Alex to do it next year, and like try and see like who's the better one. Like just get everyone each year, like redo the same quiz each year, and see if some. Oh, but I just have to hope they don't watch the actual videos and just watch them. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. So, I think that one's a real fake one, Tom. 17, yeah, real fake. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, well done. Well done, you have beaten Connor. I'll have to try and get the other quiz up as well at some point. The guess the movie from the quote. See if you can beat Connor. Because Connor did quite bad on that one. He did quite bad at all. Because that one you have to guess the movie and I think the year of the movie. But there's a lot of quotes that like you guess. I mean, it's a very funny one I did, which is like. It's such a broad answer. Like you can literally say any of this guy's movies to get this, and it's just like, yeah, okay. But well done, yeah, well done. 32. Round of applause. Round of applause. Okay. So that's it for our. Well, I wouldn't say spooky special, but our non-review special edition. Obviously, we did the Black Adam review a few days ago. But next week, obviously, we're moving on back into reviews. And we are going to be doing, I believe, next up. I sent you the picture last night. We're stuck with the superhero theme for another week or two. So next up, we're going to catch up on one that came out last year, and we've done all of them so far in this universe. So the next will be the Suicide Squad. Slight change there because obviously that was meant to be next year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I brought it forward and just swapped some stuff around. So we'll do that next week. Obviously, you can check out the podcast on your usual podcasting platforms. And if you participate in the quiz as we're going along, obviously put your score below, so we can see if you beat her. And if you did and got 4 marks, then you clearly cheated. You clearly cheated.
Yeah, Alex.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Alex. You should be ashamed of yourself for cheating like that. Yeah, we hope you enjoyed, and we shall see you next time.
Bye.